Nobody expected it. Not even seasoned benefits advocates like Rose. Yet in October, the federal government quietly rolled out one of the broadest emergency aid packages in recent memory, targeting millions of Americans hit hardest by inflation. SNAP increases of up to $120 per month, early benefit raises for SSI and VA disability recipients, and surprise one-time emergency payments for seniors. All confirmed and already underway.
Backhand index pointing right. If this information helped you, don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're always one step ahead. We break down important updates like this clearly so you're never caught off guard. Join our community, stay informed, and take control of your financial future, starting today. Flexed Biceps Calendar.
Unemployed workers in 5 major states are also receiving a $200 weekly boost for 6 weeks. These aren't proposals or pilot programs. They're real, active, and in many cases automatic. For low-income households barely making ends meet, this sudden injection of support is a lifeline they didn't see coming. But there's a catch. Some of these benefits are time-limited, under-publicized, and state-specific. Rose urges recipients to take action. Check benefit portals, reactivate unemployment claims, call agencies, and apply for aid where needed. With no applications required for many increases, eligible individuals could miss out simply by not knowing. These modest amounts, $48 here, $150 there, add up fast when stacked. And while they won't solve long-term struggles, they're proof that public pressure and organized advocacy are driving real change. This moment shows what's possible when communities stay informed, speak up, and look out for one another. In a move that truly no one expected, the government has just announced an emergency financial adjustment that will impact millions of Americans. This happened in October, and it's not a rumor. It's not a future proposal. It's real, it's active, and it's happening right now. For those on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA disability, SNAP, or even unemployment benefits, there is new money on the table. And for many, it's already on the way or in your account. Rose is breaking it down clearly. These changes are confirmed, they do not require repayment, and they are not loans. They're direct responses to the economic crisis so many families are experiencing due to rising inflation and the ongoing cost of living surge. Let's start with SNAP. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance. Right now, depending on your state, you could see a $60 to $120 monthly increase in your benefits. This is a state-by-state adjustment, but it's already being implemented. These extra funds are critical, especially for families struggling with high grocery bills. Eggs, milk, fresh produce, bread. These basics are outpacing inflation in many places. That extra SNAP money helps put food on the table, literally. Next, veterans receiving VA disability benefits are also seeing relief. A 3.2% early adjustment is already hitting accounts. If you're receiving $1,500 a month, that's an extra $48 per month. Real money that can help with gas, utilities, or medical expenses. This early increase is a recognition that inflation isn't slowing down, and the government finally responded, at least in part. SSI recipients are also benefiting. Although the increases aren't massive, they are early, and every dollar counts. Rising prescription costs, rent hikes, utility bills. All of it chips away at fixed incomes. These increases help, even if they're not permanent. But the biggest shock came from the unemployment side. In 5 states, California, New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Illinois, unemployed workers are receiving an extra $200 per week for up to 6 weeks. That's an additional $1,200 if you qualify. And in most cases, no new application is needed. These states are applying the boost to existing claims. That's a huge relief for people who've been out of work and watching their benefits expire or shrink while rent, food, and bills continue to rise. If you're in one of those 5 states and you're unemployed or your claim lapsed recently, reactivate your claim immediately. This temporary boost is available now, but it won't last long. Now let's talk about seniors. Many low-income seniors are eligible for one-time emergency payments. Depending on the state, that could mean $150 to $300. a single payout aimed at helping with immediate needs like medicine, heating, or groceries. In most cases, these payments are automatic if you're already receiving benefits. But if you haven't seen that extra payment in your account, check your state's benefit portal or contact your local agency. In some states, there is a simple application or verification process to receive it. Don't assume you're ineligible. Double-check. Take 5 minutes to make sure you're not leaving money on the table. And here's something important that Rose emphasizes again and again. Many of these benefits are stackable. That means if you qualify for SNAP, SSI, and a state emergency payment, you could receive all three. The systems are set up to allow multiple forms of assistance at once, depending on your income level and benefit type. But none of this matters if people don't know. And right now, a lot of people still don't know. The government's communication around these changes has been inconsistent. Some states made announcements. Others didn't. Some agencies sent letters. Others didn't. That's why community awareness is critical. That's why Rose is pushing this information out as fast as she can. Because while the government made the change, it's on you to follow through, to check your account, ask questions, make calls, and confirm your eligibility. If your payment hasn't arrived, call your local agency. If you see an incorrect amount, file a request for review. Don't wait. These are time-sensitive programs, and in some cases, the funding is only available for a few weeks. If you miss it, it's gone. Also, keep in mind that these increases will not affect your taxes. They are not taxable income. They also do not need to be repaid. There's no catch, no clawback, no hidden strings. This is direct relief. And let's be honest, it's modest. A $48 VA increase, $120 extra in SNAP, or $300 once for seniors. It's not life-changing. But it does help, and in today's economy, every dollar helps. That's why this matters. That's why this announcement shocked so many. Because we haven't seen this kind of coordinated multi-program adjustment in a long time. This kind of support didn't happen on its own. It happened because of pressure. It happened because advocates, seniors, low-income workers, and veterans demanded help. This is the result of community action, public pressure, and voices that refuse to stay silent. But it's also a reminder. This help is temporary. Most of these benefits are short-term adjustments. The unemployment boost is capped at 6 weeks. The senior emergency payments are one-time only. The VA and SSI increases are early, not permanent additions. That's why it's critical to stay engaged, not just during this crisis window but going forward. Rose says it best. This is a win but not the end. If we want real, sustained support, real cost of living reform, permanent benefit increases, expanded eligibility, we have to keep pushing. Because this kind of relief shouldn't be rare. It shouldn't take a crisis. It should be part of how the system functions every day. So what should you do right now? Check your benefit account. Has your SNAP or SSI amount changed? If you're a veteran, verify your VA deposit. The 3.2% increase should already be active. If you're unemployed in CA, New York, PA, MI, or IL, reactivate your claim if needed and confirm eligibility for the $200 weekly boost. If you're a low-income senior, contact your state agency to check your eligibility for the one-time emergency payment. Share this information. Too many people still haven't heard. And if you don't see the updated benefits, call your agency directly. Don't assume it will sort itself out. This is a moment to be proactive. Because the people who check, who verify, who follow up, they're the ones who receive the money. And don't let the small size of these benefits fool you. For someone choosing between heating their home and filling their prescriptions, $300 is life-changing. For a family of 4 on SNAP, an extra $120 a month covers a full week's groceries. For a disabled veteran, that $48 monthly boost can mean one less thing to worry about. These are not luxury payments. These are survival tools. And they're only temporary unless we keep showing that they're necessary. By using them, advocating for them, and demanding they continue. If you're confused about anything, if your payment looks off, if you're not sure what to do, contact your local benefit office immediately. The people who act early are the ones who avoid delays. The system is overloaded right now, but that's no excuse to wait. Stay informed. Stay organized. Stay loud. And if this helped you or someone you love like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe for more updates. Rose is committed to giving you the real facts fast so you don't get left behind. This isn't about false hope. It's about real support. And while it may not be everything we need, it's something. And it proves that when people come together, when communities raise their voices, change is possible. So take advantage of these benefits. Confirm your eligibility. Help someone else do the same. And keep pushing for more. Because this is just the beginning, and we've still got work to do. We don't get many moments when the government actually responds, when officials finally acknowledge that people are drowning under inflation, watching food prices skyrocket, and trying to stretch fixed incomes while everything around them costs more. But October gave us one of those moments. And it came fast. No endless debate. No, we're looking into it, talking points. No distant promises that get buried in committees. This actually happened. And yet, most people still haven't heard about it. That's the part that Rose from Retiree's Guide keeps hammering home. These benefit increases were not blasted across national headlines. They didn't get 24-hour cable news coverage. They weren't plastered across your mailbox in bold red letters. They were quietly approved and quietly rolled out. And that's exactly why so many eligible people still haven't claimed them. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, I didn't get anything. I haven't seen any increase in my account. Don't panic. But do act. You need to check your payment portals. Look at your SNAP balance. Pull up your SSI direct deposit amount. Check your VA disability statement. If something looks off, don't wait. Call your agency. Ask for confirmation. Ask if you were included. Ask what the timeline is in your state. Because some of these payments are being distributed in waves. Some are state-administered. That means your neighbor might get theirs today, but yours could be scheduled for next week. If you sit back and assume the system will catch up with you, you could miss the window entirely. And this goes double for the $200 weekly unemployment boost in California, New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Illinois. That program is temporary, just 6 weeks. If your claim is inactive, you may need to reactivate it. If your claim was rejected recently, you may be eligible now under new criteria. If you're in one of these states and you're unemployed or underemployed, this is money you're leaving on the table if you don't check. Rose has been clear. This isn't a time to be passive. This is a time to double-check everything. Seniors, don't assume that your emergency payment is just going to show up. Many states are issuing automatic one-time payments, but in other cases, there's a short form that needs to be submitted, especially if you weren't already enrolled in a state assistance program. If you're not sure, confirm. That small effort could mean $150 to $300 in your account. Money that can cover medication, heating bills, food, or just help you breathe a little easier for the month. Now let's talk about what this moment means. 'Cause yes, these increases are temporary. Yes, they're modest. But they prove something important. When there's enough pressure, when communities speak up, when enough people say, this isn't sustainable, the system does move. It's slow, it's frustrating, it's reactive, but it moves. And now that we've seen what's possible, it's up to us to keep pushing. Because the need didn't suddenly vanish just because the government added $120 to SNAP or approved a one-time payment. That's not a fix. It's a patch. It keeps people afloat a little longer. But it doesn't change the reality. Rent is still up. Healthcare is still a mess. Fixed incomes are still being stretched too thin. So this is where advocacy comes back in. This is where we turn this temporary win into a permanent fight. And that starts with staying informed. It starts with knowing when these benefit increases expire. It starts with making sure the people around you know how to check their accounts, confirm their eligibility, and access every dollar they're owed. Because no one is going to chase you down to make sure you got the money. You have to know what to look for, and you have to act fast. Rose says it best. These small wins are the result of big voices. And we have to stay loud. If you're on Social Security or SSDI, stay connected to your local SSA office. Make sure your payment method is current. Check if you received any of the early COLA adjustments. Stay alert for future announcements, especially as discussions around permanent benefit increases continue into next year. If you're receiving SNAP, stay in touch with your state benefits portal. These programs often add supplemental funding around holidays or in response to disasters. That means another bump could be coming, and you'll only get it if your eligibility is active and your file is up to date. If you're a veteran on VA disability, log into your e-benefits portal. You should already see that 3.2% increase reflected, but if it's missing or delayed, report it immediately. If you're unemployed in one of the 5 states mentioned, California, New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan, or Illinois, get your claim reactivated if it's lapsed. Those 6 weeks of bonus pay could be your cushion while you search for the next opportunity. And if you're a low-income senior who received or is expecting a one-time emergency payment, don't let your guard down. These small payments may be followed by other assistance programs, but you'll only be notified if you're in the system, if your information is correct, and if you're paying attention. Also, don't fall for scams. Rose has warned about this repeatedly. When there's new money being issued, scammers always show up. They'll pretend to be government agencies. They'll offer to speed up your payment. They'll send texts or emails asking for your social security number, your bank account, or other private information. Don't engage. Don't click. Don't answer. The government will never contact you by text or email asking for your payment info. If you get one of these messages, report it and call your actual agency for verification. And finally, share this message. Not everyone has access to the right information. There are seniors, veterans, and struggling families who are eligible for these benefits and don't even know it. Tell your neighbor. Call your aunt. Talk to someone in line at the pharmacy. These programs mean nothing if the people who need them most never find out they exist. This announcement may have caught people off guard. But now that it's here, now that the money is flowing, we cannot afford to waste it. If it helps you, use it. If it helps someone you love, make sure they claim it. And if you believe in expanding this kind of support, keep raising your voice. Because this moment didn't come from silence. It came from pressure. Stay informed. Stay focused. Stay ready. For too long, millions of Americans have been told to just wait, to hold on, to be patient. But the truth is, when you're relying on benefits like Social Security, SSI, SNAP, SSDI, or VA disability, there's no time for patience. Every month is a balancing act. Every dollar is counted. And every delay has consequences. So when this unexpected October update dropped, with real money attached, it was more than just a pleasant surprise. It was a shock to the system. A reminder that change can happen. That relief can come through when enough people demand it. But here's the uncomfortable truth. This isn't going to last. The increases we're seeing right now, whether it's the $60 to $120 monthly SNAP boost, the 3.2% early adjustment to VA and SSI benefits, the $200 unemployment bump in 5 states, or the one-time $150 to $300 payments to low-income seniors, these are all temporary. They are short-term responses to long-term problems. That's not pessimism. That's just the reality laid out by the agencies themselves. These boosts were designed to address immediate inflationary pressures, not to overhaul the system, not to rewrite how we treat seniors, veterans, and low-income Americans, not to build lasting economic security. And that's why it's not enough to just accept this moment. We have to act within it. Because while the money is flowing now, there are steps you need to take to make sure you actually get it. Let's go through it again, clearly. If you're receiving SNAP, check your EBT balance right now. Look for the increased amount. Some states are rolling this out as a supplement. Others have updated the standard allotment. If you don't see the extra funds, log into your state's benefits portal or call your local human services office. Don't assume it will just show up later. If you're a veteran on disability, your VA payment should already include that 3.2% increase. Look at your statement. If you were receiving $1,500 monthly, you should now be seeing roughly $1,548. If not, call the VA or check your e-benefits portal immediately. If you're on SSI, especially if you're not receiving any other benefits. This early increase may already be active. But again, amounts vary depending on your situation, state, and any other income you may have. Don't guess. Verify it. And for the millions of unemployed Americans in California, New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Illinois, this 6-week $200 per week boost is one of the most time-sensitive benefits on the list. These payments are not retroactive beyond the eligibility period. So if your claim is inactive, or if your benefits recently expired, you need to contact your state unemployment office immediately and request reactivation. If you're eligible, that's $1,200 that could be lost if you miss the window. Now let's be honest, not everyone will qualify. Not everyone will get the full increase. And that's frustrating. But it doesn't mean you should give up. Because even partial relief is better than nothing. And every person who accesses their rightful benefits builds momentum toward more permanent reform. That's why Rose and others in this space are not just giving updates. They're urging you to follow up. Don't assume anything. Don't wait for a notice in the mail. Don't rely on word of mouth. Go straight to the source. Look at your online portal. Call the official number. Ask the hard questions. Stay persistent. And if you're caring for a loved one, a parent, a spouse, someone with a disability, check their benefits too. Make sure their account info is current. Make sure their payments were updated. Be their advocate because not everyone has the tools to navigate these systems alone. Here's another important piece. Stacking benefits is allowed. If you're eligible for SNAP and SSI, or SSI and the Senior Emergency Payment, you can receive both. These programs do not cancel each other out. And in many cases you don't need to apply again. But you do need to make sure you're enrolled, that your income and address are current, and that your eligibility hasn't lapsed. Because let's be real, the system doesn't always make it easy. Sometimes benefits get cut off for paperwork errors. Sometimes people are dropped due to an address change, a missed recertification date, or a glitch. That's why constant follow-up is key. One phone call could make the difference between getting $300 this month, or nothing at all. And while we're on that, check your mail. Yes, we live in a digital age. But not everything is online. Some states are still sending physical notices about emergency benefits or program expansions. If you see an envelope from your state's Health and Human Services office, open it. Don't toss it. Don't assume it's junk mail. Because let's be clear, the government isn't going to chase you down to give you money. That's on you. If you miss it, it's gone. Now what comes next? This relief is temporary, but it's not meaningless. It's a proof of concept. Proof that we can get results when we raise our voices. That advocacy works. That pushing, calling, emailing, organizing, it works. So yes, take the win. Accept the relief. But don't stop here. Keep talking about the need for permanent benefit increases. Keep showing up to town halls, writing to your representatives, calling your state senators. Let them know these temporary payments are helpful. But they're not enough. Because a one-time payment helps with groceries today. But what about tomorrow? What about next month? What about the millions still living below the poverty line, even after the increase? We need long-term reform. And that only happens when we keep the pressure on. So what can you do right now? Check your benefit accounts today. Call your agency if the numbers don't look right. Reactivate any lapsed unemployment claims. Confirm eligibility for any one-time emergency payments. Help someone else do the same. Share this video with friends, family, neighbors, anyone who might benefit. Because information is power. And right now, the most powerful thing you can do is stay informed and take action. This isn't just another policy change. It's a direct response to real people in real need. It's a rare example of the system doing something right. Let's make sure every eligible person receives every single dollar they're owed. And if this helped you, like this video, share it, and subscribe so you're never left in the dark again. Because this fight isn't over. But this time we're winning.